Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So we are currently on episode 9 of the Big Brother Naija Level Up reunion, and this episode was 1 hour long, not the usual 30 minutes. So without further ado, let's dive right into the recap. So the first segment of today's episode was about Fire and his square with his 3 wives. Yet again, I say again because they've already talked about this in a previous episode. I think it was episode 6 or 7, I can't really remember, but they've talked about this. I don't know why Ebuka insists on talking about the same subject when there are so many other things that they can use the same time to cover. It's just annoying, but the comic relief for this episode was Diana. This girl is hilarious. Like, the way she kept describing the position she saw Rachel, it was so funny. So they play a clip from the house of all of Fire's, I don't know if to call it lovey-dovey or I don't know what to call it, but it was just a compilation of the times that he spent with his wives, with Rachel, with Amaka, and with Diana. So afterwards, Ebuka went to Rachel and was asking her how she got dragged into that triangle that became a square. And she said that she and Fire, they started off as friends. They were just cool. And Fire used to tell her about his feelings for Diana, that he likes Diana, but Diana is pushing him to Amaka. And that even herself, she'll be like changing it for Fire, telling him to like stop playing games and all of that. So Ebuka asked her how they got so close, like if they were just friends. How did you guys get so close to the point of, you know, somebody asking for a kiss, which is Fire? And she said that during the last week, that's the week before Fire left, or the week he left, that they became very, very close, and you know, that's how they got to that junction. So Ebuka asked her how she felt about the garden situation that happened between herself and Diana. In case you don't remember what the garden situation was all about, it was one of their Saturday night party. Diana saw Rachel and Fire outside the toilet in a very cozy manner. According to Diana, she saw Rachel in a tricky position. It's so hard to describe, but I'm going to insert a clip. I already inserted it at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to insert it again because Diana is the person that can best describe how she saw Rachel, because I cannot even try. Even if I want to try, I can't try. I can't describe it. So she saw them in that position. Diana lashed out and she was insulting Rachel. She did not even say a word to Fire. It was Rachel she lashed out, calling her all sorts of names, calling out of her name. There's nothing she did not say to Rachel. And Rachel was pretty chill actually. So she told Ebuka that she felt really bad that day, that Diana did not have any right to talk to her like that, to insult her that way. But she didn't really reply Diana because she had a lot of things that was going on with her as well. So that's why she didn't really reply her, which is true. I remember Rachel was pretty much chill. She didn't really like return Diana's energy to her, you know. She was pretty chill about the whole situation. So Ebuka goes to Diana and he was asking her to like give her own side of things. And she said that earlier that day that Fire had actually told her that he likes her, and then they went to the party, they were all dancing, that she saw Fire dancing with Amaka. She didn't really mind, but when she wanted to go and ease herself, that she noticed that Fire was not in the club anymore. Rachel was not also there. She now took Doyin to go and ease herself, like she now took Doyin to escort her to go and ease herself. And when they went, she saw Fire outside the toilet with Rachel in a very tricky position. Like, this was the comic relief I was talking about. Diana just kept describing like continuously the position that she saw Rachel. Like, it was so hilarious. Like, she kept describing it. Like, Ebuka was laughing, the housemates, everybody. It was so funny. And she said that she felt very bad. She felt insulted because Fire had told her earlier that he likes her. So what are you doing with another girl? That she wanted to lash out at Fire, but Fire just disappeared. That the only person she could take out her frustrations on was her name, Rachel. That it was Rachel she now took out the frustration and anger on, and that was wrong of her. And she apologized that night, but she's going to apologize again, which she did. She apologized to Rachel, and Rachel was trying to talk, telling her that, oh, she didn't have any right to do that to her because she's the same person that said she did not like Fire. And then Diana started saying that, oh, Fire entered your eyes since day one. Don't lie. And Rachel was trying to say, no, nothing like that. He didn't enter my eye. They were just going back and forth about Fire entering Rachel's eyes, about him not entering. About the same thing. They were just going back and forth about it. It was hilarious, trust me. But that was what their segment was all about. It was just banter, seriously. It was just banters, and that was it. They didn't even really come to like a resolution or anything. They just moved to the next scene as usual. So the next scene, I think, is one of the most highly anticipated moments of this entire reunion. That's the Beauty and Groovy and Phyna dynamic. I know that almost everybody, if not everybody that watched the show, this is the part they've been waiting for. So they play an old clip of Beauty and Groovy from the house, all their lovey-dovey moments together. And it was just how the housemates that were there on set, it was just how they were, how they were awing for me. It was so hilarious. They were just awing and awing, but it was really cute to watch, to be honest. So afterwards, Ebuka goes to Kes and he was asking Kes like, oh, what did you think of that relationship? He said just like we saw, like just like we just watched on the video, that it was a very beautiful relationship. Started off really quick. It was the first relationship in level 2, but he does not even know how things just went south from one day to the next. Then Ebuka goes to Brian. He first asked Brian if him and Groovy are still guys, and Brian's answer was very... he hesitated for a bit before he finally said, yeah, we did, we got a day. The response was not solid, to be honest. So Ebuka asked him what he thought about the relationship back in the house. And he said for him that he felt like the relationship happened too fast and that everybody was always in their business. He did not like it. That he even told Groovy to like set a boundary because every other day, one person or the other has an opinion about their relationship, but nothing was done. Like it just kept on happening that way until things happened the way they happened. So Ebuka went back to Kes. He asked Kes how he felt about the switch up that Groovy did from Beauty to Phyna. Immediately Beauty got disqualified, and he said that the switch up was really fast to him, that he also expressed that to Phyna and Groovy, and that he also felt like Groovy was just playing a game in the house, that he knew that Phyna was very strong. That was why he latched on to Phyna. And Ebuka asked him if he expressed that to Groovy's face. He said yes, that he told Groovy that he feels like Groovy is just playing a game with both of the ladies. So while he was even trying to like explain, Groovy was trying to interrupt, but Ebuka didn't let him. He just went back to Brian. He told Brian that a lot of the viewers feel like what happened between Beauty and Groovy affected the way the other housemates interact with each other even till date. And Brian said that for him that's not the case, that the reason why he wasn't close to anybody when he left the house was because he had a bunch of things that he had to focus on. And Groovy was interrupting him, saying that's a lie, that the situation is one of the reasons why they are not close. Brian was still insisting that it's not true, that yes, he did not like the way Groovy was moving in the house, that he was very cunning, and he told Groovy to his face that Groovy is very cunning, but that's not the reason why. And Groovy was still insisting, that that's one of the reasons why Brian should own up and accept it. They were just going back and forth about it. And Ebuka went to Saif and was asking for his own opinion on the matter because Saif was practically a shareholder in that Beauty and Groovy's relationship. In fact, he was even the one that was holding Beauty on the night that she had that crazy outburst. He was the one holding her back. Saif really tried for her, to be very honest. So Ebuka was asking him for his own take on the matter, and Saif said he has never seen any relationship that started in 3 days, not even friends with benefits, referring to Groovy and Beauty, of course, that he felt like they had something real. And when he saw Phyna and Beauty hooking up, that he just felt like, is there no girl code between these people? Because he knew that Phyna and Beauty were friends in the house. So Ebuka left him and then he went to Beauty. Ebuka asked her what the relationship was for her at the time, and she said to her that it was something serious, that she was committed to it, and she saw it as a real relationship, that it was not a game to her, that she was always very honest with Groovy from day one till the day they broke up. And Ebuka asked her if she had any regrets about the relationship. She said she regrets not listening to her friends and her fellow housemates. Then she mentioned Brian, Khalid, Saif, and some other people, that they all warned her. Ebuka asked her what they warned her about, and she said they told her to be careful with Groovy. That's her partner at the time. They told her to be careful, and she was very hesitant in the beginning, to be very honest. She was very hesitant to even answer. She told Ebuka that she does not want any problems, that she has put everything that happened behind her. She just wants to move forward. And Ebuka had to like give a pep talk to losing her up, which is the same thing he did with Phyna some episodes back. And this is something I don't understand about this housemate. Is it that they don't understand that the purpose of a reunion is to talk about the events that happened on the show? Because I don't know how they expect that they will go to the reunion and nobody will talk about the things that they did on the show. Like, that's the whole point of a reunion. What are they supposed to be talking about Would they be talking about your family issues or your friendship issues? I don't get it. Like, it always frustrates me when the housemates are very hesitant to like answer questions and always say, oh, we've moved on, I've moved past it. That's the whole point of a reunion. Even if the show happened 10 years ago and they are doing a reunion 10 years later, the point of a reunion is to talk about the things that happened on the show 10 years ago. So I don't know if they don't get the memo or they just like to play dumb. I'm sorry for the language, but it's always just, it's annoying, to be very honest. It's so annoying. So she said that she never asked Groovy for a relationship, that Groovy was the one that asked her for a relationship by the second week, that Groovy asked her to be his girlfriend and she accepted, and they were in a committed relationship. And then Ebuka went to Groovy. So Groovy said that Beauty was the one who broke up with him, and she was the one that body shamed him and insulted him, abused him, and did all sorts of things to him that night. And most of the level 2 housemates, they were witnesses to this. So why do they feel they have the right to tell him when to move on? Especially Kes, because Kes is the one person that kept on telling Groovy that, oh, if he was the one dating Beauty, Beauty would have not been disqualified, that he would have handled her better, and Groovy did not do enough. And then Groovy also revealed that Kes actually liked Beauty, but because Kes was married, he could not advance their feelings. So he said that most of the housemates, they were witnesses to this, that yet most of them, that's level 2 now, that most of them, they were on Beauty's side, because whenever they had problems, like prior to that night in their relationship, that Beauty would always go and tell them. So naturally, they were always on Beauty's side in whatever happens. And that's not a lot of them went to him to like ask, oh, what's up, how you doing, what happened. And Brian and Kes, I think, Kes, they were saying that no, that they actually went to him, and then they were going back and forth about that one, Sha. But Beauty actually started speaking again, and she said that the alcohol that she had that night, that's the night she had that outburst, she said it was Groovy that gave her the alcohol that she drank, that Groovy told her that he did not mix her own drink, but he mixed his own, and she should not worry, he's going to take care of her. And Groovy also made reference to the alcohol bottles that he found in her locker after she was disqualified. And she said the reason why she had that bottle was because herself and Brian, they were planning Modela's birthday party that was coming up, so that's why she had those bottles. But what I did not understand is why Brian did not say anything back in the house when they found those bottles. Why did he not clarify that, okay, it's not for Beauty, it's actually for Modela's birthday party that we're planning? Or maybe he did and I just can't remember anymore, but I just found that source. So what else? Yeah, she apologized for body shaming him, and she also apologized again on set. She said she felt very remorseful after Saif told her the next day what she had said the previous day, that she apologized, which I remember she did at the staircase. They were having a conversation there. That conversation was very brief before she got disqualified. So Groovy said that the apology was not genuine. And I did not understand how it wasn't genuine if she was already sober and she was talking to you like with her clear eyes the next day apologizing. How was it not genuine? But anyway, Sha, that was what he said. And Beauty was asking Groovy to be honest if she really abused him, if he really believes that she abused him. And Groovy said yes, that she abused him. And she was like, okay, no problem. I leave you to your conscience. And we finally got to the second most anticipated part of this reunion, which is the Phyna and the Beauty segment. And first of all, I'm very proud of these two ladies for not going all ratchet and calling each other out of their names, because I'm sure some people were anticipating that, okay, they're going to like become more ratchet and start insulting each other because of the boy. I'm so glad that they did not. They just explained their own side of the story very calmly. So Ibuka starts off asking Beauty if she considered Phyna as a friend back in the house. Beauty was hesitant to answer for a moment, but she later did. She said yes, that she considered her as a friend. Ibuka asked the same question to Phyna, and Phyna said friend but no friends. And the other housemates there, they were laughing. Even me too, I was laughing because it was funny. Which one is friend but no friends? Why are you being corny? Just say yes, she was my friend, or no, she is not my friend. Because I remember when she left the house, in most of her interviews, whenever they asked her about that whole triangle, what she kept on saying was Beauty was not her friend, she was just her roommate. Beauty was not her friend, she was just her roommate. So now you're in front of the person. Instead of you to keep the same energy, you're saying friend but no friends. Shisha ended up saying that yes, that she would say that they were friends. So Ebuka was telling her that you've admitted that you guys were friends, or you've accepted rather, and the people that watched the show, they also believed that you guys were friends when Beauty was still in the house. And yet, after she was disqualified, barely 1 week later, you're locking lips with the same guy that you were advising her against, telling her that, oh, the boy no rich and she should focus and all of that. And why don't you see the point where people are coming from in saying that, oh, you betrayed your friendship with her? And Phyna basically explained the same thing that she explained in episode 5, if I'm not mistaken. And this particular scene, everything that she said, it was the same thing that she said when she had that face-off with Groovy. Anybody that watched that episode and watched this one, you'll notice that it's the same clip that they used. So she basically explained everything that she already explained before, that she did not know Groovy well at the time, that she was only acting based on everything that Beauty told her about Groovy. That it was only after Beauty left that she got to know Groovy for herself, and that when she first got with Groovy, that she was even remorseful, she was feeling bad. But what made her angry was when Kes told her that Beauty said that she knows that Phyna has always liked Groovy, or has always had eyes for Groovy, even when they were dating. That statement annoyed her because that wasn't true. But in the same vein, Phyna is the same person saying that, oh, she liked Groovy and she told Beauty about it when Beauty was still in the house. And she said it openly. And Beauty said Groovy said he was taken. So why is she now saying now that the statements that Kes made annoyed her because that's not true? Or rather, the statements that Beauty told Kes annoyed her because that's not the case. You actually did like the guy. That's not a lie. You actually liked him. But the thing is that you respected his relationship with Beauty when they were together. So she's contradicting herself, to be very honest. She said that was what made her angry, and that was when she said, oh, that you see this boy where you say, like, okay, now I go date the boy, I go friend them. If you want die, go die. Anything will happen, make it happen. And then Ebuka went to Beauty and he asked her for like her own side of things, how she felt seeing Groovy and Phyna together. And she said that, to be very honest, that she wasn't upset at the fact that Beauty moved on. That Groovy moved on with Phyna. And that's what actually annoyed her, was that she watched that clip of Phyna saying that she should go and die. And that's why she did not respond to Phyna's greeting during their last Saturday night party. And Phyna was explaining that it was because of what Kes told her. That was why she made that statement. And Beauty actually revealed that she never even said that to Kes. So I don't understand why Kes went to lie to Phyna. And I don't understand why Ebuka did not confront Kes there and then. That would have been the perfect time to ask him why he went to lie to Phyna. Because that statement is one of the reasons why that problem even escalated in the first place. So Ebuka was trying to get an apology out of Phyna, and he was asking her, oh, is there anything else you want to say to Beauty? And Phyna said that she just takes accountability for saying that Beauty should go and die, that it was awful of her. So Ebuka still asked her again, oh, is that all? She said, yes, that's all. And Ebuka went to Beauty and was asking her for her own thoughts on everything that Phyna had said. And Beauty said that, oh, it is what it is. And that's where they ended their episode. So yeah, that is episode 9 down the books. We have one more episode to go. And once again, I'm very, very glad with how they handled things. I'm very glad they did not become ratchet and start to call each other out of their names. I'm sure some people were expecting that, but that did not happen. So please like my video, subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. Let me know all your thoughts about everything that happened in this episode in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video, episode 10 coming right up. Thank you so much once again. Bye.